YouTube, X, and Twitch, it looks that finally was able to sort it out, engineering, permissions, signing out, signing in, restart as many times as you need to restart. You see what I mean? Like a guy like me that has years of experience to go through things like this, it's not it's not tiring. I am not going to say, "Oh, this is so hard. I must change. I must change. I must change. I just need to stop dreaming. I need to just stop all these things, all these steps, all these rocks that they put in front of me for other people. They say, you know what? I am not going to pass those rocks. For me, I'm jumping on those rocks and say like, put more in front of me, put more in front of me, because I am not going to stop. I am the next mayor of Miami-Dade County, and what I am building is the future of Miami-Dade County. Okay. Now, before I start and continue reading about the integrity and enforcement of the Bureau of Miami-Dade County, I have to do one thing. I have to make sure that we are live on the different platforms. Just because I just want to make sure, you know what I mean? Like, let me just go here to the website because we're going to be discussing. Uh, we're going to be discussing. Let's see, X. On excess that I haven't posted. You know what I mean? Like, I need to check why is happening that, but I already know why is this happening. You have the Department of Homeland Security and the FBI trying to manipulate the outcome of Miami-Dade County and every single county in United States of America, and specifically the state of Florida. Why? This is very simple. If you follow through and you follow politics, you will find out that our governor, Ron DeSantis, he's been paying the sovereign debt of the state of Florida. Who owns the sovereign debt of the state of Florida? China? No, the federal government. So it's the best interest of the federal government to do what they're doing, ransacking every county on the state of Florida, and including Miami-Dade County. And this is why I'm stepping in to stop the ransacking and put them in jail. The individuals from the federal government or any agency that comes in here and do what they're doing. So, due to that fact, due to that fact, that's the piece that I created today. If you go to my website, Victor Miami Dade County Mayor.com, you will see that I created the Integrity and Enforcement Bureau of Miami-Dade. And basically now um now we have now we have now a structure that doesn't exist or did not never exist in our county to police the county and make sure we keep everything where it should be for the residents of Miami-Dade County. Um, I used to be a licensed banker, okay? And the way that the banking system works is simple. When you're about to finish paying your debt of your loan as a banker, I give you a call and say, hey, listen, you're about to finish this loan. Do you want some more? Does that make sense? Because that's how the banks makes money, right? So if now that you know that how banks work, think about this. If the state of Florida is paying the sovereign debt of the state of Florida, what do you think is happening? Huh? Tell me. What do you think is happening? Yeah, you know what is happening. So that's what we have inside of the state of Florida, federal officials making sure that every single county fails economically. So, who makes the call? The governor. Hey, federal government, we're in problems. We need money now. And that's what is happening. It's just simple. I just solved the problem, right? So, since I solved the problem, let's get back to here to see what's going on. Let's see. For some reason, my my live notification is not coming up as they always will come. I don't have a way to share it. Let's see, but I we're live at we're live on here. Let's see. A way to share it. Yeah. Okay, we're live at x.com, but I am not able to see my live that it was getting loaded on my interesting, right? This is things that are they're doing to keep the information away from you. Okay, this is what federal agencies do when they have the law enforcement background access to multiple platforms. Okay, but we're coming after them. Okay, so I'm tired of their abuse. And I've been abused for many years. As a matter of fact, the son of a bitch that he's been abusing me, his name is Jarrett, Charles Jarrett with T, Jarrett. Charles Matz, and I have a picture on my TikTok, so you can just see it with his name, so you know the son of a bitch. If you see him, you know what I mean. That's the son of a bitch that is being abusing me. I mean, he's been abusing me for the reason is this one. When I came into the Coast Guard, he called me to his office and he told me that he needed me for a project. And I asked him what was the project. You know, I'm a guy that knows about projects. You know, and when I look at the projects. It's just homeworks from university, and I look at him and I say like, I am not going to do that. And due to that fact, he's been abusing me for the past half of my life. And this is one of the reasons why I'm in here in Miami-Dade County because this is where he works. Okay, his headquarters are in Brooklyn. I believe he works either for the FBI or the Department of Homeland Security. Most than likely, he's still sucking the tit of the Miami the Department of Homeland Security because he was part of the Coast Guard. I also was part of the Coast Guard, and Coast Guard is part of the Department of Homeland Security. So he's a career federal military person. You know, federal military person, or he switched from the Department of Homeland Security to the FBI because that's the path. If you work on the Department of Homeland Security and you want to make just few $1,000s or more, you join the FBI. So either way, either wherever he is, I do not care where he is. I am going to continue building for the residents of Miami-Dade County, and I am going to continue building and doing what I want. Okay, um, I want everybody to know that this is my campaign. This is what I am doing. I don't have nobody in the back telling me, "Hey, say this, slow down with the FBI or the Department of Homeland Security, slow down with this, slow down with the five constitutional officers. Shh, hey, calm down." Like they're doing that. They're already doing it. You know what I mean? But I'm not listening. They're getting into my transmissions, into my video live streams, and they're like making everything very hard for me to do it. But you know what? Um, everybody that knows me know how I am. I do what I please, and at this time, I am building the future of Miami-Dade County and the future of the state of Florida. Okay, and the future for many other states that they are in the same position, or they will be in the same position. Okay, and what I am building is the future of Miami-Dade County to make sure that every single resident of Miami-Dade County is well taken care of by their county that they reside. That is the duty of the county. The county job is to make sure that the residents of their county are doing okay. Um, I am not playing, I don't want to be a landlord, okay, as the mayor. I am changing how the county works. Why I'm changing how the county works is very simple. We cannot continue working and making the county operate the same way that it's been operating for the past 20, 30 years, okay? Because 20 or 30 years, we didn't have artificial intelligence, we didn't have automation, we didn't have vehicles without drivers, unmanned vehicles. We didn't have eVTOLs. We didn't have drones. We didn't have semantic brain decoders. We didn't have neurocryptography. We didn't have many other technologies that I'm not gonna mention. Okay. So if we do not make changes today, tomorrow, next week, and you vote for me on 2028, and I come in, jumping from the third row with major suplex, okay, we are not going to do good. And that right in there, exactly, remember, federal government wants for us not to do good. So eventually the mayor calls the governor and say, I have difficulties in here. I cannot we cannot pay payroll. We're on the red. Wow. How is this possible? And then the governor says, well, we don't have money over here. You know what I mean? Like we have to make a loan. And that's what we are going to avoid with what I am building. Okay. I am building a county that is going to be able to uh, switch from the current positions and the current policies that they have to the new Miami-Dade County, which is just very simple. Residents first, not federal employees, their friends and families, no contractors, aka attached to federal employees, not developers attached to federal employees or external sources. This is it's just simple. Residents first. Some people are not going to like that. Some people already don't like it, and they have done everything to stop me. So I cannot serve my country and my county where I reside. That is my constitutional uh, right to do. Okay, and they have done everything in their power to not allow me to do what I want. And I am not going to stop. And because I am not going to stop, let's go ahead and read the blog post that I created today, which is about the Integrity and Enforcement Bureau, the IEB here in Miami-Dade County. This doesn't exist. I am not a copycat. I am not I'm not copying what the current administration is doing. I am building better and I am providing better solutions for the current problems of the Miami-Dade County that we currently have, but people decides to just do this. Yes, whatever you guys say. Okay? I am not that guy. I am looking at their eyes. I am looking at you and say, nah, you're not going to do nothing in here, okay? That's for you. All right? So here's what we're going to do. Here's what we're going to do. This is very simple. There's only one thing here, people winning. Okay? No one else is going to win. The residents of Miami-Dade County are going to be the winners. Okay? You guys are not going to do game over. This is not more heads and tails. This is not, heads. Okay, now everybody let's dress like heads, now tails. Oh, okay, now let's dress like tails. Game over. The game is over on the my administration. Why? Because I want this. This is it's not that I want this. This is the right course. I have plotted every other course. Okay? I graduated with honors from the Star Center of Navigation and Piloting. Okay? With honors as honor student. Okay? So I have plotted what happens if we go this way. Oh, bad. If we go that way, bad. If we continue the heading that we're going, This is going to be a disaster. And believe me, the people that run and they don't know. Some people know, and some other people try to just say whatever, you know. Oh, I'm going to jail. Okay, no, no, I do whatever you say. So you know what I mean. So we're going to stop that, and there is not a mechanism to stop this, and that's what I am creating. I'm creating a new mechanism, a new apparatus. Okay, el aparato. And we're going to basically do things very different from how we've been doing it. Okay. Let's see. Apparatus. Okay. El aparato. And we're going to basically do things from how we've been doing it. Okay. Uh, Let me see if I can just create a post. Uh, yeah, let's see. We'll do it manually, I guess. I have solved the problem. Let's see, allow. Let's put it on Miami. Miami. Okay, now we have a post of my live on my feed at x.com. I'm a problem solver. I see a problem and my mind immediately, okay, like things are not going automatically like they've been working all this time. But today, just today, it fails. Why it fails? Well, let's go ahead and read. Let's start the reading so you guys understand why things are failing on my feeds that normally have never failed before. Okay, so basically, this morning I came inspired by the universe and by God how to make a better county working for the residents of Miami-Dade County and how we can police and make sure that the residents of Miami-Dade County are well taken care to transition and through many generations. So we are making changes that are going to be uh, benefiting multiple generations to come down the road. Okay, so here we go. Introduction: setting the stage for a transparent and accountable Miami-Dade County. Miami-Dade County has a long struggle with corruption, mismanagement, and unethical contracts. Unethical contracts. I'm watching you, okay? We're watching you. The residents of Miami-Dade County are watching too, okay? And they're the ones that s- immediately call or send information so I know what's going on in the county, okay? And we have all that covered in here. Um, that's have led to taxpayers' dollars being funneled into deals that benefit a few instead of the many. Project Victor J. Rosario and the creation of the Integrity and Enforcement Bureau, IEB, will change that by transforming the way the county operates. The IEB will ensure complete accountability, transparency, and the redirection of funds to benefits the residents directly through our quarterly payments for generations to come. Let me go and read that very slowly so that start like setting down. Well, you can start setting the pace on these videos live. And if you're gonna watch this later on, you're more than welcome to post on the chats or just type whatever question you will have, and I will immediately will reply to you. No, no question. I'm not here to hide. I'm here for you. The IEB, which is going to be the Integrity and Enforcement Bureau. Yes, yes, yes. We'll have our own bureau in Miami-Dade County. This is news. No one else have an Integrity and Enforcement Bureau anywhere in the state of Florida, any other state, any other 50 states or territories, or anywhere in the world. right here in Miami-Dade County. We are the first one. Why? I'm a pioneer. Many people know me by Victor. Other people know me by Guilty T-Rex. And that's what I do. I pioneer. I'm a pioneer, and we're pioneering how we're going to uh, make sure that generations to come are well taken care of. How we're going to do that? Making sure that the redirections of funds to benefits the residents directly through quarterly payments. Okay, this is a game-changing initiative. It's about taking the power back from corrupt officials, clearing and cleaning the system of fraudulent contracts, sweetheart deals, and backdoor contracts. Everybody know about this, right? And ensuring that Miami-Dade County surface residents, how complicated could be? How complicated this has to get? You know what I mean? We're taking the power back from corrupt officials, clearing the system of fraudulent contracts, and ensuring that Miami-Dade County serves its residents. How? Why we're making this complicated? Huh? I'm looking at you with a shiny badge. Why are you making this so complicated for the residents of Miami-Dade County? Why? 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 Well, you just got a bachelor's degree, you got a job, and you got a shiny badge because you went on academy. Why are you making this so hard? Huh? Why? But I don't care. And we don't care. We're going to make change. This post will explore how the Integrity and Enforcement Bureau will achieve these goals and empower every Miami-Dade residents in the process. This is what we're going to do. We're changing the game. This is a game changing. We're changing the game here in Miami-Dade County. And here's the beautiful thing. When other counties say like, oh wow, look at what Victory is doing. Whoa, oh, this is a home run. This is a home run. We have to do this. We have to implement this in our county. We're going to have the best state from all the different states and territories. We're building the future, and territories in other states, in other counties, or other nation and outside of the nation are going to say, well, this is the way to do things. It just makes sense, you know. The vision behind the Integrity and Enforcement Bureau. At the heart of Integrity and Enforcement Bureau is a vision for a government that serves the people, our residents, the residents of Miami-Dade County, the people that are going to vote for me to come in and do the right thing for them. Okay? No corporations or corrupt officials. Or let me just say that very slowly, corrupt officials with a very serious face. Okay? The Bureau's mission is to address a core issue: corruption and fraud in Miami-Dade County government contracts. It will be empowered to investigate and audit county contracts. Okay? So when you see, I'm just giving you just one. When you see a red light technology company getting a contract of $260 million, I think, or $215 million. I created an application on ChatGPT that you can just check all the contracts in the county. Okay, just check it out. Okay, and when we have contracts of red lights that we're paying, the county is paying $215 million for a corporation to put a camera to take automated pictures for $200 million. We have a problem. Somebody is just signing the checks and saying, "Oh yes, whatever you say." Not Victor. If you go into my blog, you will see that I'm canceling the red lights. If the county has to pay $200 million for a red light system, I'm canceling that under my administration. In my first, when after I put my hand and I swear in, and I put my hand in the Bible, after that, I'm going to sign my executive order in top of that Bible to cancel that contract by executive order. This is insane. in my opinion. We all live in America, and you have your own opinion too as well. Okay, we're gonna be able with this with the bureau's mission, we're going to be able to cancel fraudulent and unethical contracts. Okay, we're going to be able to reassign these contracts to Project Victor J. Rosario, aka Project Fund. Okay, ensuring that the residents benefit directly through job creation, economic growth, and self-sustained system that work for the people, not for outside corporations creating a system that just take pictures and they earn millions and millions of dollars. Not on the my administration. Those $200 million, you know what I will do? I will do so much with them, with county officials. Let me tell you. When I have a county official that comes into my office and say we have a problem, it's like, okay, no. Now we don't have no more problems. We'll have those $200 million, and we're going to be solving a lot of problems for the residents of our county. This is the things that I am coming to do. Okay, the bureau will also use advanced technology. Oh yes, it's guilty T-Rex, baby. We're going to have this bureau like no other bureau. Okay, we're going to be advanced. This bureau will have technology, in my opinion. That is, this technology will be like in the 2040, 2045. Okay, we will be very advanced because I will have the funds to get very advanced. Okay, included AI-driven audits, data analytics. So we're going to be able to see everything on analytics. I'm an analytic expert. I have like uh, a lot of years doing analytics and digital transparency tools. We're going to be able to see everything uh, through to improve its operations and keep our county contracts under close, continuous oversight. The goal is to create a clean, efficient government that residents can trust and rely on, you know? How the Bureau will tackle corruption and mismanagement, the Integrity and Enforcement Bureau, by the way, I came out with that name as well, too. The Integrity Enforcement Bureau, what a beautiful name, right? Will have full investigative authority and the power to audit government contracts from the past and present. Eh? So if you did something wrong to the residents of Miami-Dade County in the past, and if you did something wrong to the government contracts to the county in the past, integrity, the IEB is coming after you. Okay, he's like, picada de ojo. Picada de ojo. Identify and eliminate fraud, corruption, and unethical relationships between county officials and contractors. Investigate elected officials, including the mayor, the future mayor of Miami-Dade County, commissioners, and former officials, ensuring that no one is above the law. Not the future mayor is going to be above the law. No one is above the law. Okay? So, one corruption is uncovered, okay, with technology, AI, analytics, and all these beautiful tools that we're going to have. This is so beautiful, right? Uh, the Bureau will take action. The IEB will take action. How? Immediately. This is going to be my preset. This is what I want for the residents. We're going to cancel the corrupt contracts. Fwap! That's it. Cancel contracts. And next, what we're going to do with those cancel contracts with that, honey? What we're going to do? Reassign them to Project Victoria Rosario, ensuring that county officials and MDC workforce will now manage them, creating local jobs and providing direct benefits to the community, to the residents of all the 34 municipalities in the 2,000 square miles that Miami-Dade have. Okay? Throughout this systematic overhaul, Miami-Dade will clean up and corrupt practices will no longer stand in the way of progress. In other way, the county is going to be able to move faster, lighter, And the progress is going to benefit who? Who are going to get benefit? The residents. No one else. The residents are the ones who are going to get benefit. You know? So reassigning contracts to Project Victor J. Rosario, aka Project Fund, the path to empowering residents. One of the most powerful features of the Integrity and Enforcement Bureau is its ability to reassign contracts that are fraudulent or unethical to Project Victor J. Rosario, ensuring that all funds are directed toward project that benefits the residents of Miami-Dade County. When contract is canceled due to corruption or fraud, it will be reassigned to Project Victor J. Rosario. This ensures that the work is done locally, managed by county officials, and executed by MDC workforce. If you look for MDC workforce on miamidade.gov, it doesn't exist, okay? This is me creating this. This is going to be also something that I am creating that I created many, many, many months ago. And basically is Miami-Dade County workforce, okay? Um, the contract goes to Miami-Dade County workforce. Boop. We will need X amount of employees. The residents will go to the link inside of miamidade.gov. When I am the mayor, we will have a link in that website that the residents are going to click there. We're going to be able to have their own profile. It's going to be connected with our HR departments inside and everything. And the contract is going to say, well, we need X amount of operators, we need X amount of employees, we need X amount of admins, we need X amount of clerical people, we need X amount of hard labor, we need XYZ electrician programs, whatever would we need to accomplish and do the contract. Okay, we need people from tech industry, we need anywhere that person supply and that person in the county gets hired, the contract gets completed, project fund gets money from that contract that was completed, the resident through payroll gets paid, and the county and the residents live happier and thereafter for generations to come. Okay, so uh, direct benefit to Miami-Dade residents, quarterly payments and job creation. The primary goal of Project Victor J. Rosario, aka Project Fund, is to ensure that Miami-Dade residents directly benefit from the county's growth and projects. Here's how. Number one, quarterly payments to residents. You know, every 3 months, we I have always said this. Project Fund starts with a big zero, a big zero. There's nothing on Project Fund. There's nothing there. So we have to start putting things on Project Fund. And in the other side, checks will come out to the residents of Miami-Dade County. Each time a fraudulent contract is reassigned, the money saved will go back to the project fund. This fund will provide quarterly benefit checks to all Miami-Dade residents, helping to reinforce local economy security. The more fraudulent contracts the Bureau cancels, the more funds are directed back to residents, ensuring that every quarter the amount paid to residents increase. Yes. So if we start from a zero and we add few contracts, for example, 250 million, 260 million, now we have how much? A few $1 million that we can start sending checks. And now how much you're getting? Zero, just like we have right now, right? Zero. But after everything is ready and everything is still working, now you start going to get, maybe you get a check with few $100, less than $100, but that's the first check. Every 3 months, things are going to be changing, and year after year, things are going to be changing. So this is going to gradually continue to grow as Project Victor J. Rosario, aka Project Fund, continues to grow and grow and grow, and the output of that growth is going to be checks for the residents of Miami-Dade County, leading to a long-term prosperity, okay, and abundance. Job creation. Uh, the direct benefit to Miami-Dade residents also is job creation. Reassigning contracts means more local jobs for Miami-Dade residents because some of the contracts that we got in here, the owners of the contracts on those bids, there are sweetheart deals, are outside of our county. Okay, so the residents are not benefiting 100%. That money gets extracted from the county and gets somewhere else to work, okay? Or goes to someone else's bank account, okay? And that bank account generate interest, and that's how other people make bank, not the residents. The residents, yeah, they work for XYZ corporation, but the corporation just paid the payroll, and the rest they take it with them in a big bus outside of our county. Okay, um, so reassigning contracts mean more local jobs for Miami-Dade residents, from infrastructure projects to public services. The MDC workforce will take over projects that were originally given to corrupt or inefficient contractors. This will lead to a creation of new job opportunities benefiting wide array of skilled workers within the county. Okay, so we are benefiting the residents of Miami-Dade County because that's going to be the primary job on the Miami administration, benefiting and make sure that the residents of Miami-Dade County are the ones making bank. Okay? Economic growth for future generations. Over time, as Project Victor J. Rosario continues to grow and thrive, the impact will be felt across the county. Quarterly payments will not only provide immediate financial relief, but will also build a foundation for prosperity for generations to come. With contract reassignments, residents will sustain growth in their communities. Example of that. As a ex licensed banker, I used to work for Wachovia and Wells Fargo securities and bank. As a banker, as an ex-licensed banker, most of the problems that business owners have when they go to get a loan is that they do not qualify for few reasons. They're not earning a lot of funds. They're not making a lot of money. And due to underwriting practices and policies, the loans get declined. But if you have all your ducks in a row, you have your business or you have your working, okay? And this is going to help for businesses or to buying a home, a mortgage, getting a loan, do whatever you want to do, okay, with your life. This is going to basically help. This is going to help you to qualify because now you have a new income that you didn't have last year or 2 years ago. Okay, so you have now, okay, I have my W2 job, but now I am getting this extra income. What do I qualify for now? Oh, wait a minute, now you qualify because that income that you're getting from the county, we can use it direct deposit to pay this new loan that we can give you for your business, okay, or for your life, or for your mortgage, or for your car, or for whatever you want to do. Okay, you have now the flexibility financially that you don't have today. And all this is going to be created our um, with our new vision and our new policies and our new creations of, like, for example, IEE, MDC work for et cetera, Project Victor J. Rosario, aka Project Phone. Building trust. How the Bureau will ensure transparency. Transparency is key of rebuilding trust with the residents to ensure that all action taken by the Bureau are open and accountable. Quarterly reports will be published. This report includes um, investigations and finding. Every quarterly report, the same way that people are going to get a check, the Bureau is going to do reports, okay? Investigations and findings, cancel contracts, reassign contracts. When in the investigations and finding, clear and concise detail of the fraud and corruption uncovered. We found this. We took action. We referred this to the office of the AIG. We send this to the state attorney's office. We have involved here federal agencies as well. We have everything will be there. Okay. Cancel contracts. Why the contract was canceled and what steps were taken. Reassigning the contract. How these contracts are now being managed by the county officials and the MDC work for benefits of the residents. Okay. So everything is going to be like an open book. Why? Because everything is going to be in the blockchain too as well. Something that I have in my website that I created. with it called the truth ledger. Okay, in the truth ledger, everything's going to be there for everybody to see. Long-term vision, a legacy of integrity and transparency. The integrity and enforcement of Bureau is not just a short-term fix, but a long-term solution. For corrupt-free Miami-Dade County, by creating this bureau, you are leaving a legacy of good governance, and that will outlive in administrations. This department will ensure that every future mayor, commissioner, and county official will be held to the highest standards of accountability and integrity. Let me say this, let me just stop there. There's county officials that they have integrity and then they have accountability. Okay? Thank you for what you're currently doing and what you have done for many, many years. Okay? But this is going to make sure that you do things right at your job. You have a new support behind you. Okay, someone that you can rely to help you to continue have your high standards that you have and your accountability and integrity that you have as a county employee. Again, thank you for your job and what you have done on many, 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 many years and generations that you and have done here for the county residents of Miami-Dade. Future administrations will have no choice but to operate under a complete transparency and serve the best interests of Miami-Dade residents. Okay, investigating corruptions at all levels. All levels. No one is above the law. No one is going to be above the law. Okay, this is the cool part. The cool part. The Integrity and Enforcement Bureau (IEB) is empowered to investigate fraud, corruption, mismanagement at all levels of government, local and federal. Federal agencies such as the FBI, DHS, or any other involved in county business are not exempt from this oversight. No one is above the law. If you think that you're a federal employee and you are not, nothing is going to happen, we will have the county jail waiting for you. Okay, there's going to be a special room there waiting for you. Okay, so no one is going to be above the law. If a federal agent or official are found to be involved in fraudulent contracts or unethical practice or corruption within the county, they will face legal consequences. There's no. We're not calling the federal government to come and clean the fraud, like how normally happens, and everybody gets away. Everybody escaped. Like, oh, okay, oh, everybody gets away. No, no, no. Just like any other individual involved, a government operation with Miami-Dade County, this includes the possibility of being detained, investigated, and even placed in a county jail if wrongdoing is discovered. Okay, so the main job of the IEB is finding finding the fraudulent contracts or unethical practices and corruption. Okay, and I think that we're going to hire professionals and they're going to have the tools with artificial intelligence, and we're going to create models, okay, and we're going to create a lot of tools that they're not invented yet. They're here they're here I just need to get with the development team under the office of the mayor. We're starting to create some tools and some systems that we're going to catch anyone. Remember, anyone. We're going to catch them. The Integrity Enforcement Bureau is committed to ensuring that no individual, local, or federal can manipulate the system for personal gain at the expenses of Miami-Dade residents. Everyone will be held to the same standard of accountability and transparency. Just simple. It's just I'm not reinventing the wheel there. You know what I mean? Nobody can get mad at that, right? The Integrity and Enforcement Bureau uh, is going to have everyone will be held to the same standard of accountability and transparency. So a good thing is like if you are told to do something and you ask your question, is this is right or not? If you're asking yourself that question, the answer should be no. I should not do it. If you catch yourself, does this is like no, just stay away, because nothing is going to save you. Okay, there's no one from the federal government that is going to just take you to jail and you come out of the back door of the jail. You know what I mean? Or signing some documents and nobody's going to know. No, now you go now. They put you in the middle of wilderness in Montana or up north of Washington or something like that in a big farm and nobody's there and nobody knows sees you again. Okay, That's not going to happen. So the Integrity of and Enforcement Bureau, IEB, will not act alone. Its mission is to root out the corruption and fraud. Why I came up with this idea is very simple. If we root out the corruption and the fraud in the county, what's going to happen is that the county is going to be able to operate and move faster and be more efficient with the 34 municipalities and affecting the lives of the residents of Miami-Dade County in a positive manner. Okay, for generations to come. The Bureau will work in close collaboration with the Florida Department of Law Enforcement, also known as FDLE, the Miami State Attorney's Office, and the Office of the Governor in Tallahassee, okay, to ensure that legal action is taken whenever criminal conduct, corruption, or fraudulent activities are uncovered. This coordinated effort will ensure that investigations are thoroughly pursued and that those responsible for any illicit activities within the Miami-Dade County are held accountable. By partnering with these key state and local legal authorities, the Bureau will uphold both state and local laws, ensuring that no one, regardless of their position or affiliation, is above the law. Okay? Um, it doesn't matter what affiliation political you are. It doesn't matter if you're doing it wrong for the residents of Miami-Dade County and the county, the IAB is going after you. Okay? That's it. Okay? This change reinforces your commitment to ensure accountability, even for federal agents, federal employees, and establish that no one, regardless of their position, will be able to escape scrutiny under the Integrity and Enforcement Bureau authority. Um, I created an executive order, which is a draft. It's not signed. This is executive order for when I'm the next mayor of Miami-Dade County. We'll just make sure that everything is done correctly, and I'll just sign them right there. Okay. So, whereas it's crucial to ensure the integrity, accountability, and transparency of all government contracts and projects within Miami-Dade County and to combat fraud, corruption, and unethical practices that determine public trust and the efficient use of taxpayer resources, whereas the continued success of growth of Miami-Dade County depends on ensuring that all county contracts are managed ethically and serve the best interests of residents, creating local jobs and promoting the well-being of the community, whereas the Office of the Mayor is committed to restoring integrity and empowering Miami-Dade residents by installing a transparent system that holds elected officials, contractors, and all county employees accountable to the people they serve. Where the establishment of this bureau marks a turning point in local government by reaffirming transparency and ethical practices for current and future generations, setting a national example for other regions to follow in clean governance and public trust. Whereas this initiative is not only committed to today's Miami-Dade residents, but will serve as template for statewide governance reform, providing a robust model for Florida and beyond to emulate in their efforts to combat corruption and mismanagement at all levels of government. Whereas the five constitutional offices, including the sheriff, state's attorney, and others, will be policed by the Integrity and Enforcement Bureau (IEB), ensuring that no individual or office is above scrutiny. Swift action will be taken against any fraudulent or unethical activities in these offices, as they will not escape oversight or accountability under the jurisdiction of Miami-Dade County. Whereas this bureau is designed to ensure that no one is above the law. This includes federal employees, contractors, officials, county officials, whether they're involved in Miami-Dade County business or operating within the county jurisdiction. Whereas the Integrity and Enforcement Bureau will have the full authority to investigate federal employees, including those from agencies like the FBI, Department of Homeland Security, or any other federal agency, or in between in the if they are involved in fraud or corrupt activities within Miami-Dade County, and if wrongdoing is discovered, they will be prosecuted and held accountable in Miami-Dade County with the potential of being placed in county jail if found guilty. Now, therefore, I, the future mayor of Miami-Dade County, do hereby issue this executive order to establish the Integrity Enforcement Bureau, IEB, with the following provisions. Section 1, establishment of the Integrity and Enforcement Bureau, IEB. One, purpose. The Integrity and Enforcement Bureau, IEB, is hereby established within the Office of the Mayor. Is primarily function is to investigate, audit, and oversees all county government contracts, ensuring they are awarded and executed ethically, transparently, and lawfully, and to pursue legal actions against any individual or entity involved in fraudulent or corrupt practices. The Bureau is granted the authority to investigate all county contracts for potential fraud, corruption, or mismanagement, audit county procurement process, including bidding, contract awards, and performance, cancel contracts identified as fraudulent or unethical, and reassign canceled contracts to Project Victor J. Rosario, ensuring that those projects benefit Miami-Dade residents by being executed by county management and the MDC workforce. Scope of oversight: the Bureau will have the authority to investigate and oversee all actions taken by county officials, including the mayors, commissioners, and department heads, contractors, including any private or public entity involved in county business, former official, example, ex-commissioner or ex-mayors, who may have been involved in corrupt or unethical activities. The five constitutional office, chair, state attorney, clerk of court, property appraiser, supervisor of election, to ensure they're fully accountable and are subject to the same level of scrutiny as other county offices. Because right now, the five constitutional offices are like kind of like flying as oh, now we're independent, we can do whatever we want. Yes, you're right. Right now, you can do whatever you want. But in 2028, the IEE is going to knock and say, "How you doing?" we Now we know each other, right? Federal employees or contractors operating within Miami-Dade County to ensure no one is above the law, holding them accountable if involved in fraudulent activities within the county. All federal employees or contractors, it doesn't matter what agency you are, it doesn't matter what contractor you are, or whether you're affiliated with what political party you're affiliated. That's it. Your game is over. Okay? Section 2, Law Enforcement and Enforcement Authority, Law Enforcement Role. The Bureau shall have full law enforcement power within the jurisdiction of Miami-Dade County. This includes the authority to investigate and prosecute criminal behavior related to fraud, corruption, and unethical dealings within the county government. Detain and arrest individual suspects from committing crimes related to county contracts, including federal employees and agents working within the county. It means that if you messed up and you did it wrong, they're coming after you. Coordinate with the state and local law enforcement agencies when necessary, especially in case involving federal employees or interstate fraud. Okay? Legal authority to investigate the mayors and commissioners. The Bureau will have the authority to investigate the mayor, commissioners, and any county official, ensuring that no one is above the law. The Bureau shall have the power to investigate potential mismanagement of public funds or conflict of interest by elected officials and department heads from the county. Hold elected officials accountable for any actions found to be in violation of public trust or ethical standards. Refer cases for prosecution to the Miami State Attorney's Office if criminal conduct is discovered. Section 3, Public Transparency and Accountability. Quarterly reports. The Bureau will publish quarterly reports detailing its activities, including the number of investigations conducted and any findings of fraud or corruption, cancel contracts, and the reason for the cancellation, reassignments. This is the best part for the residents of Miami-Dade County. Reassignments to Project Victor J. Rosario, aka Project Fund, including how these reassigned projects will directly benefit Miami-Dade residents. We are winning. It's our turn to win. Uh, uh, Press releases and public statements. For each contract reassignment, the Bureau will issue a press release and public statement that explains why the contract was canceled, citing the fraudulent or unethical practices that led to termination, describe how the relocated contract will now benefit Miami-Dade residents, including job creation, economic development, and other direct community benefits. Um, the other direct community benefits is like programs that we're going to be able to do and help out residents of Miami-Dade County for XYZ reason. That things I have not invented all that part yet, but we are going to make it happen too as well. We already have programs already within the county. Okay, we're going to look at those programs, what work, what doesn't work, what helps and what doesn't help, and what programs need more funding. And that right in there is going to come out from the IEB efforts to direct community benefits, provide transparency into investigation process, ensuring that all actions are open to the public scrutiny and feedback. Community engagement. The Bureau will will work closely with community organizations and residents to keep them informed at its actions and provide avenues for residents to report concerns about county operations. Section 4. Investigating corruptions at all levels. Investigating of county officials and contractors. The Bureau shall actively pursue investigations into corruption, including elected officials, fraudulent activities, former official contractors for personal gain at the expense of the taxpayers and residents of Miami-Dade County. Cross-jurisdiction cooperation, if an investigation involves federal employees or agencies, such as law enforcement officers contracted from the in New York Stock Exchange, NASDAQ, or other national or international entities, the Bureau will coordinate with the Department of Law Enforcement, FDLE, the Miami State Attorney Office, and the Office of the Governor of Tallahassee to ensure that proper legal action is pursued. The Bureau shall work in close collaboration with these entities to facilitate investigation and prosecution for any criminal conduct, corruption, or fraudulent activities discovered within the jurisdiction of Miami-Dade County, ensuring full compliance with both states and local legal frameworks. Pursue criminal prosecution if federal employees or agents are involved in illegal activities under the jurisdiction of Miami-Dade County. Section 5, Budget and Self-Sustained Models. Funding for the Bureau. The Bureau will be initially funded through the county budget, but over time it will become self-sustained by recovering funds from, give me one second, um, recovering funds from fraudulent contracts and asset forfeiture. Hello, hello. Welcome, 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 welcome. Welcome to the people from TikTok. Recovering funds from fraudulent contracts and assets forfeiture tied to investigation. Reinvesting recovery funds into further operation of the Bureau to strengthen its investigative capacity. Resources allocation. The Bureau will be equipped with the necessary resources, including specialized staff, technology, and legal support to carry out its investigative and enforcement duty effectively. Long-term goals and legacy, Section 6, sustainable and effective oversight. The department is designed not only for current governance, but to leave lasting legacy of transparency, accountability, and fairness. The Bureau will ensure that future mayor, commissioner, and department heads are held accountable for their actions. Miami-Dade County government remains a model of good governance where the residents' interests come first and all contracts are managed ethically. Empowering residents over time as Bureau continues to clean up corruption, funds will be redirected into the residents every 3 months into Project Victor J. Rosario, aka Project Fund, ensuring that every resident benefits directly from the work of the Bureau and its mission. Section 7, Oversight of Constitutional Office, Investigation of Constitutional Offices. The Bureau will also be tasked with investigating the 5 constitutional offices in Miami-Dade County. No one, including the Sheriff, Attorney, State Attorney, and others, will be exempt from scrutiny. Fraud investigation. The primary mission of the department will be to uncover fraud, corruption, mismanagement, and any form of unethical dealing within the county. The Bureau will have the legal authority to investigate contracts, transactions, relationships between public officials and private contractors. Conclusion: a new era of accountability for Miami-Dade County. The Integrity and Enforcement Bureau, IEB, represents a transformative shift of how Miami-Dade County address fraud, corruption, and mismanagement by working in close collaboration within the key state and local agencies, including the Florida Department of Law Enforcement, FDLE, and the Miami-Dade State Attorney Office and the Office of the Governor. The Bureau will ensure the criminal conduct and unethical practices within the county are thoroughly investigated and prosecuted. These coordinated efforts will ensure that those who seek to exploit the system, the personal gain, will face the full force of the law, regardless of the position or influence. Throughout this partnership, the Bureau will uphold the highest standards of accountability, transparency, and justice, ensuring that no individual, regardless of status, will be allowed to escape scrutiny or evade responsibility. Miami-Dade County is entering a new era of cleaning governance where residents are the primary beneficiaries and public trust is restored. The IEB is a crucial step in reclaiming integrity in local government and ensuring that Miami-Dade's future is built on transparency, fairness, and commitment to serving the people. This conclusion ties everything together, reinforces the collaborative efforts between agencies and Bureau role in ensuring accountability, justice. Let me know if you like any more changes. So basically, if you want any more changes, don't hesitate to give me a call and let me know everything, okay? So I just basically um just I just finished what I have to say. this live stream. I'm gonna cut it now. So thank you for everybody to watch the the new Integrity Enforcement Bureau of Miami-Dade County, the IEB. Go to the website and click and see everything it happens. Okay, my name is Victor Rosario, and I'm running to be the next mayor of Miami-Dade County, and everything's going to happen with your vote. Thank you for your support. Thank you for everything. And remember, is there someone in here looking for you to make bank and you're good? Is your next mayor of Miami-Dade County. Have a good one.